Hey guys, it's me Aaron and welcome back to War's Comics Collectibles. This week we're going to be checking out the Game Plus gaming bag. This is for storing your minis and taking them on the go. So I'll show you how the bag itself works, but I'm going to try to show you pockets first so I don't have to spin this back around. So what we have, what we have up here is a Velcro pouch that is, let's see, what did I write down? It is a 13 by 10 by 2 pouch, and I don't know if it'll show in there. I could fit in the 40K base rulebook hardcover, my Index Imperium, and a Space Wolf Codex pretty easy in that pocket and still still Velcro the lid. You also have on this side a little water bottle pocket, kind of like on your backpacks, but you can also put a dice bag in here, some other gaming aids, and it's got your stereotypical drawstring. On the other side, right here, we've got what were my 6.25 by 9 by 2 pouch. I could fit 2 of these, pretty thick, 40K paperback novels in there. I don't know why you take them with you, but just to give you an idea of what will fit in there. And I also had a small notebook, which for me fit in there. Let me grab it real fast. So what I mean by a small notebook is something about yay big, would fit in there. But the 2 40K novels, about as much room outwise or about as much depth as you can get out that pocket, so to give you the idea. Something, about yay thick, pretty thick. The other pouch, which, also on this pouch, you could probably fit bigger than a 1 inch, but as far as across, you could fit a 3-ring binder in this pocket. And a 1 inch had a little bit of room out where you might could have put another, like one of the thinner 40K books in here. It just depends. Now the other pouch, and I don't have as much in it, and I'll go over it, as there is a zipper pouch right here if the camera picks it up, which it seems like it did. Its dimensions, according to the specs, are 12.5 by 12 by 2. But I could get the same amount of 40K books in here, so I could get those 3. But it's because of the narrowness of the top here, it's a little tough, but you can do it. But I was kind of disappointed that you can't get a 3-ring binder in there. And we'll try to, if this doesn't blind everything, like now it's not going to work. If you can see up here at the top, there's a little bit of room on each side of the zipper. So I'm not entirely sure why they didn't go all the way out to the edge. I'm not a seamstress, maybe part of the concern there is that it would weaken the strength of the bag or the pouch. But let me see if I can. Sorry guys, this is real hard to shoot because I have to get this in frame, and then I can't necessarily be in frame. But I got in there my Infinity rules and my it's the little handouts that come with the 40K starter set. So that's about what you got as far as pockets go, they're all pretty good. This one's my only complaint, and that's not, in my mind, that's not a deal breaker because you've got the other pack, but it'd have been nice. Now, the feature of this bag that I like, and a lot of the bags like this have it, is there is a zipper, 2 3-way zippers, whatever a 3-way zipper is. Pull the strap back over here, and you can do this. And I got some beat up trays in here to give you an idea. But you unzip like this, and then now if it's sitting flat on the table, you can see you stack your trays in like this. Allows for real easy access. Now the specs say that the bag can hold, sorry guys, it's a little heavy now on the back, so it's sort of leaning, 14.5 inches of foam. I've got 5 3-inch foam trays, which is like this big guy here, in here, and had a little bit of room left at the top, so that's more like 15, a little more. But if you're thinking about it at the time, you might want to err a little on the side of caution. And that's actually a lot of space for minis, which we'll get in that when we talk about the trays. It's a lot more than you would think. That's a lot of minis. But I'm going to go ahead and pull that out because we'll need that in a minute. It's also got, and I don't know, it's a little bit of padding sewn into the inside. I don't know if that'll show up in the camera, so it's a little extra layer to protect your minis. So that's a good thing. So you'll have the tray and then the foam stitched in here that will also protect your minis. And then when you're done, you go and straighten this all back up, start zipping, and that actually sort of reestablishes the structural integrity of the bag. The one zipper giving me trouble. I shouldn't have unzipped it all the way down. Sometimes it gets a little cantankerous. Fix it for our purposes for right now with the, there we go, got it all the way up on the thing. But there we go. Got it on this. Zip it back up and you're good to go. Other things, it comes with a shoulder strap with pad that I can't remember the exact dimensions of it, but it's in the written review. I think it's like 45, 48 inches maybe, and like 1.5. And if you guys care super big, there's also a little name tag plate up there to put your name on when you travel. Now I'm going to put her down so we can talk a little bit about price and move on to the trays. Okay. There we go, guys. Let's readjust. Okay. So, price points on this. A lot of the entry-level bags start at about around like $60, $80 depending. And this one comes in at $40. And I honestly feel like, looking at it, usually when you go cheaper on bags, we've all ordered a cool looking anime bag offline, like a net messenger bag, and when it gets there it's made out of cheap plastic. This one feels pretty good. I can't speak as to the quality of it so far because I'm not moving around right now. I got it mostly to keep dust and cat hair off my minis. So, but it feels like it'll hold up. So it's $40. So I think that's a good price point for an entry bag. Now if you've got metric, like a big horde army that you need like a really, really big bag for, may not be the bag for you. I don't know. It just depends on your needs. I feel like 5 of these, which we'll get into in a minute, it's quite a bit of minis depending on what you're doing. The thing to bear in mind though is with the bag's dimensions at standing at 18 inches tall, 13 across, and 7.5 deep, that your trays have to fit in within like 13 across by like 7.5 deep. Now, Game Plus has their own set of foam trays. And now thinking about, I might have to go get one of the other ones to show you what I want to show you. But so you need to be in those dimensions or your trays are not going to fit if you have pre-existing trays and you're trying to get a bag. So bear that in mind. It can be less than that across. It'll still fit in there like I have. And I'm not trying to show how much it'll hold. I actually have a little sewing kit tackle box about one of these that will fit in there pretty good. Like, it's, to give you an idea, it's pretty close to about as wide, but it'll fit in there pretty good. So if you keep your dice on one of these, you can set that on top, whatever you want to do there. Alright, so let's talk about trays. These are the Game Plus foam plug foam trays. So they all have this sturdy, harder foam bottom. And this is how they come. When you go, well, how do you put minis in there? This is going to explain the difference between a regular tray and plug foam. Some trays you get online will come and the compartments will be pre-cut for you. And then you just fit whatever will fit in those trays, those compartments in there. Plug foam gives you a little bit more flexibility, where if it'll show up on the see how when I squeeze there's like a split there? This whole section is basically, think of a grid of squares that are rectangles down, and you pluck out the pieces of foam to make your compartments. And they come off clean. There's nothing on the bottom, on the inside of this. So I will grab one of the other ones really fast and show you guys what I'm talking about. So give me just half a second. Here's another one of the ones I got with it. There we go. Okay. So to give you an idea, here's one that I've already plucked out that I've had a while. I don't want to tip it too far up, but you guys can kind of see in there. And where this is an advantage is if you got a guy like this guy that's got like a sword pointing straight out, right? You can pluck out a custom space, like you can see where he went, that allows for the sword. Now that said, you could do a compartment, and if I can, like, you might could finagle him, if you can see there, in a small square straight out. Like, it would be deep enough if you could angle it. I don't know, the sword might still get hit there on the tip, so I don't know on that one. So you can make your own custom sections, right? Well, the downside of this is, and I can show you better on this one, is, okay, if you can see where I'm putting my fingernail, see how that pulls out a little bit? This small little bit here and up here, that's a better example. See how up here, this whole thing is contained in a wall around it that is that thick, but your insides are still on the grid. Let's see. Get one. You can see how when I push it, it sort of splinters there a little bit. That's because the plug foam is also making up some of the interior walls, right? Like right here. So you need to be a little bit more careful with these, because if you're real rough with them, they can sort of bend and pop like the two squares, so it won't be a straight line, but it'll work. But you don't want somebody jumping on these, or if you got cats and you got it in a box, you don't want them jumping on the box, because that will break up those squares. So you have to make that choice. You have to be like, do I have a bunch of stuff that got like those unique poses that I need custom ones? Some people cut ones that are custom for you that would be not plug foam, but I feel like the price goes up at that point. Whereas these, I get them on Amazon for a little over $10 a piece. And now, they're not usually any more expensive for thicker or thinner. It's usually the same going price. And then you can make a choice if you want to. Ash, baby, move. You can make a decision how thick you want them, because you might be able to lay them more flat like some of these guys, and you may not need something as thick and you could get more in there. Or if you want to stand your models up like this, you might need taller ones. But that customization comes at a little bit of a compromise to like the structural integrity. Not bad if you're being careful with your minis and people aren't jumping on them all the time. Sorry guys, come here kitty. Come here baby. Come here bye-bye. But that's something you've got to decide. And when they're pre-cut, you've just got to fit what you can where you can. You kind of can't really adjust it at that point. So, in conclusion on all this, guys, I think it's a good pickup. The bag itself goes around $40, $35, $40. I got mine off Amazon for, I think, right at $40, and then 2 trays was like $60. I got like a 3-inch and then a 2-inch tray. So not bad pickup if you're just getting started. It's a lot cheaper than some of the other starting tier gaming bags out there. And it might work. I don't have any of the old card containers we used to have when we were younger that were like sort of clear plastic. And they had sections. Some of that might fit in there, so you might be able to use it for cards if you're a big trading card game guy. But I don't have any to test it. And that's kind of the downside to buying a bag online, is you can't hold it in your hand and see if it fits what you want it to do. But bear in mind those specifications for the trays if you get it. I don't know how many other trays will fit. I always get the Game Plus ones. So you might be limited to the Game Plus ones. I didn't look into it too in depth for this recording. And so those are decisions you have to make. But at $40, $60 for 2 trays, you're still coming in at or below what most gaming bags cost, and then you still have to buy, hop down baby, buy the foam on top of all of that. So it's not that bad of a value, I don't think. I can't speak to how well the bag itself will hold up moving forward, because I haven't had that long and I'm not on the move very much. As I said, for me personally, I mostly have it to keep cat hair and dust off my minis. Anyway, guys, thank you for spending time with me today. Follow follows on all the social medias. Click the subscribe button. Click the notification bell to leave a comment. And let us know what you think. Any advice you might have for us in the future. Is this little kitty cat just keeps yelling at me for some reason. And I'll catch you next time, guys. Peace.